This episode has been brought to you by me and my business, Lauren Grace Inspirations. I am a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and passed over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com. Hello and welcome. I am Lauren Grace and I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations. I'm a medium and a seer, and I'm also a business and life mentor. And thank you so much for joining me today. I am live on Facebook, on YouTube, and also over on Instagram. So if you notice me looking up and down, unfortunately, you can't stream to Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So I'm doing a bit of a hack here, and I'm going from my phone and also from my computer. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Please do settle in. Beautiful Tuesday evening here. I've got to say, I've just been out shoveling for 2.5 hours. So I was like, you know what? I still want to show up for you. I want to be here, but I'm going to wear my hoodie because it is comfortable, and that's what I've got going on. So that's my story. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to be doing different readings today. And we'll just sort of see what Spirit has to say to us, what they've got to share. I see some very familiar comments or familiar people on here. All good. I just have to ignore my limit on my phone for my Instagram. All right, here we go. Hi, Christina, Zanela, Kitty, welcome, Jules, welcome. Hi, Jocelyn, welcome. All right, so got a couple cards already flying out, so let's see what we get here. Kitty, let's do a card reading for you. I have not read for you before, so come on through. If I could get Kitty's guides, please. If you want to let me know if you are here, Kitty, on, just let me know. And again, you can also find me over on Instagram at Lauren Grace Inspirations. So, all right, Kitty, let's see what we've got going on for you. It's funny, with clairsentience, you have to be really keen on what's going on with yourself so you can read for other people. And I've just been shoveling, so I'm going to assume that the back pain is from myself, not from you. All right, cool. All right, so number one, this is interesting. Okay, so I'm using the Magical of Unicorns deck initially to kick this off with you, okay? And so it's funny because as I'm shuffling, sometimes a card flies out and you go, okay, well, that's the card that was supposed to be coming up for you. So if you have been asking yourself a question, if you are going through something at the moment and you're looking for a little guidance and a little assistance, the card that flew out for you is this card, which is a definitely yes card. So if you are looking for an answer to a question, Source wants you to know that the answer is definitely yes. So I'd be very interested to know whether or not you had something specific on your mind. I'm also feeling a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of nervousness, and I'm picking that up around my heart space here. So very often that could be about a matter of the heart. It could also be maybe there's something that's kind of going on that's got you quite emotional, because I do pick up a lot of my emotions as well in this heart space. So I'd be really interested in knowing whether or not that makes sense for you. Okay, so you are saying exactly. So you have back pain. Okay, that's funny because that's hilarious. I mean, not hilarious that you have back pain, but it's interesting that I was feeling back pain and then wondering whether or not it was because I was shoveling. So I'm sorry to hear that you have back pain. Okay, so so you've lost your mother. Oh, so you're feeling really emotional. Yeah. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry for you, sister. All right. Well, let's see what's coming through here. See if anything pops up. All right, I'm just looking and listening and feeling for a second here. We'll see what we can get. I do want to talk about a woman that I've got here in spirit. So let me just tell you a little bit about her, first of all, and then we'll see whether or not you can place her. So when I'm connecting with her, I am feeling that, or I'm seeing her physically. She looks to me as though she's wearing glasses, but I almost want to talk about her wearing like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a hairband or something like that. There's like some reference to a hairband here. And it's also like she's got a fringe, or she's got, that's it. Just not a hairband, or unless it's like tied back with a braid with barrettes or something, but feels to me like she's got like a fringe here. And then she's got hair on both sides. I don't know why I want to talk about the hair so much. I also want to talk about braids, but there's like a real emphasis with this person on like hair. So doing hair. I don't know whether or not this person was a hairdresser or a hairstylist, or like using their, like styling their hair was something that was really important to them. So I'm really interested in whether or not that's resonating with you. All right, let's just see what else we can get here. This woman does look to me like in her 60s. I do feel like she's got some coloring of gray as well coming through. I'm just feeling in on that as well. I do want to catch my breath a lot, so I'm being drawn here, but I'm also starting to feel a lot of shivers. So I'm wondering whether or not there was a circulation or something like that. It's kind of like I'm really hot, but really cold also. So I'm feeling like really feverish actually. So I'm feeling kind of like I'm really trying to catch my breath, but I'm also just feeling all over feverish. Really confusing actually, because I feel hot, but then I feel really cold as well and sort of sweaty. So I'd like to know whether or not that's resonating with you. I'm just going to continue to look, listen, and feel for a while here. My sister, if you would just come through, can I get my guides to assist me as well with this? If we could just turn up everything, turn up the clairvoyance. Yeah, that would be good. Thank you. Just get my guides to come through as well and help me a little bit more with this. Okay, so Kitty, you're talking about how your mom had lung cancer. So that would make sense why I'm trying to gasp for breath here. That would make a lot of sense. You're saying she's 83. Okay, so it's interesting because sometimes spirit comes through the way that I see spirit come through. They don't always come through the way that they like at the age that they pass. Sometimes it's a time when they were actually really happy and it's good memories. So this woman coming through to me, she does look like in her 60s. So I'd be curious to know whether or not you felt that when she was in her 60s, there were things that were going on with her that she was really happy about. Maybe this is before she got diagnosed and was sick. It's funny that you're talking about lung cancer, because I did feel like I wanted to have a cigarette. But again, I'm kind of like feeling like I'm running out of breath a little bit. So I've just acknowledged that. So we're just going to move that to the side now. So that's okay. Okay. So I am kind of curious though about like the sweats. Do you have a fever right now? Or maybe that was affecting her kind of later when she was going to pass, because I really have to bring that back again. I'm also feeling a little bit of pain going on in my head. So very often when I'm connecting with someone, and if it's not a cause of a passing, it could also be an indication that maybe you have a lot of things going on in your head, a lot of feelings, a lot of thoughts that are really happening to you. So the question here would be like, do you know, is she trying to acknowledge that? I feel like you're juggling a lot. I feel like there's a lot of like balls in the air and you're trying to keep a lot of things afloat. I'm also feeling that there's like a really heavy burden here. So I know that you did talk about losing your mother. I'm feeling that, that sadness as well. So I just got to put that to the side for a second, but I am really wanting to acknowledge a lot of that. I'm also feeling a lot of pressure up in the neck here. So sometimes when we're having a lot of things going on in our head, it's like we're really carrying the weight of the world. We're feeling a lot of that pressure in our neck. One of the things that I do want to talk about is like giving yourself an opportunity to feel sorrow. And I'm getting the word sorrow. And it's interesting because I don't always get that word when I'm reading for someone. Sometimes it's about acknowledging the sadness, but for you, it feels like sorrow. It feels like really quite deep. So it's really a lot about giving yourself some time to be able to heal, you know, and not worrying so much in here about the things that you should be doing, right? I feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to like get back at it, to keep doing things as you were, right? You know, life goes on, here we go. It's okay for you to feel sad and to experience that sorrow. So I feel like there needs to be an acknowledgement of that. Okay. So Yes. So there's quite a few things going on with you mentally and physically. I can see that. So there are a lot of people here that I'd like to read for tonight as well, Kitty. So I just want to send you so much love and support. I am going to see if I've got any final things though for you here. And I know that you've been dealing with some challenging things as well. So my heart goes out to you. Yeah, I'm really bringing, there's a hairdresser connection again. There's definitely this soul here wants me to really talk about the hairdresser or like hair. There's some connection with the hairdresser, whether or not there's someone in the family who's a hairdresser. Are you a hairdresser? There's some connection here. And again, when spirit brings through things multiple times, I always have to acknowledge them again, or they just will not let it go. They'll just keep nagging at me. So I'm just wanting to acknowledge that again. She's also showing me a bench alongside a river or a body of water. I do want to talk about, it's funny how she said river, or like I was saying river without really thinking about it. So it could be a claircognizant thing there, but bringing through river and then like a bench, it could be a memorial bench, but I also feel like you sitting there looking over and kind of taking time to reflect. I also want to talk about rain for some reason. So I want to talk about the bench. I want to talk about a body of water. I want to talk about rain. Is there a memorial or something significant on this bench? Be curious to know about that as well. Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't think that's it. I'm just seeing a couple of things that you're saying. We have a bit of a delay here, so sometimes it can be a bit difficult for us to get validation at like the right time, I suppose you could say. So I'm seeing that you're saying yes with multiple exclamation marks. So just before we wrap here, can you let me know whether or not that was about the bench? Because I want to acknowledge that there's something significant about this bench here. Okay, I'm just going to look this. Just wait for you to respond on that. And then, oh, you've got it, your dog's memorial on a bench. Okay, well, there's definitely a significant bench here and then a memorial for that, looking out on the water. That's beautiful. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you now. I want to say thank you to your loved one here in spirit for being here as well. Thank you, Mama. And I just want to send you a lot of love and a lot of support. Remember to call in Archangel Michael for additional protection, and Archangel Raphael is very good for healing as well. And I also do feel like you could be bringing in Archangel Ariel if you wanted as well, some healing around animals and things like that. All right, so I hope that that was helpful for you, Kitty. Okay. All right. So again, I am over on Instagram. I'm also live on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you could please follow me on all my platforms, that would be fantastic. And don't forget that I'm also the host of the Afterlight podcast. And I've got new episodes that are going live every Thursday. And if you haven't already checked out my podcast, that would really mean a lot to me if you would please go and check it out. It's wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, iTunes. I use Pocket Casts, iHeartRadio, any of those. They're everywhere. Just make sure you put in the Afterlight as all one word, and you'll see my face as well. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, that would be just so fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so let's continue to go on. And if you are wanting to book a private reading with me, I do have a link to all my contacts in the post. So all you have to do is go there, or you can always head to laurengraceinspirations.com. Okay. All right. Let me see who we got. You're so welcome, Kitty. All right. Who's next here? How about Tammy Jade Real? Tammy would like to receive a message. All right. Let's see what we can do here for you. Okay. And if you just want to let me know as well if you are on, it would be very good. Tammy, I got to say, I'm feeling pain in my jaw. I'm feeling like a tooth pain. So I don't know if you've got something going on with your teeth. For me, it's showing up on the left side, really being drawn to the teeth here, really being drawn to that pain like an ache. So there's something going on with the teeth. Really like to know whether or not that's resonating with you. Oh man, it's like really painful. I really think you need to go to the dentist if you haven't already been looking and getting this sorted. But there's definitely something going on with like the jaw and the teeth. And I'm really feeling like quite a lot of achiness here. So if it's not showing up for you yet, I would really recommend you go and check it out if you have capacity to do that. Again, put it through your own filter system, see whether or not that's going to resonate with you. However, I'm just going to tell you what I'm getting. That's big time what I'm getting. All right, so let's just pull a couple of cards for you. I'm going to change decks. Let's see what we got coming through. Okay. All right. I see a lot of new faces and a lot of new names. Thank you so much. My name is Lauren Grace, and I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations. And I'm a medium, and I'm also a seer. And yeah, I'm really happy that you're here. Okay. So I'm just getting all my contact things. All right, here, let me go, Tammy. What do we got going on? I'm just feeling into you a little bit. Okay, so you're saying you have no pain at all at the moment. However, you're really wanting to have your wisdom teeth out to straighten your teeth again. I don't know. For me, it's sometimes, okay, I'm just feeling it in the left side of my teeth here. So if you don't have any pain, that is good. I'm happy to hear that. I wouldn't wish any teeth pain on anyone, but maybe just keep a bit of an eye on it, or like just kind of notice it, because I just feel that on the left side. Maybe it's a wisdom teeth thing ready to come out. And if you've been talking about getting your teeth done, it could just be an acknowledgement of that, because honestly, if I didn't have any pain in my teeth, I wouldn't know to talk about it with you. So there's that for sure. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got for you, Tammy. Just going to pull a couple cards for you. And again, I am a medium, so we'll just kind of always check in and see if anyone wants to come in from spirit. It's like I do want to talk about a grandfather figure here. I feel like I've got an older man here. He strikes me as being probably around late 70s to his 80s. I'm definitely being drawn to my tummy when I'm connecting with him. Like I feel sick. Definitely feeling a lot of nausea. When I get nausea in the tummy area, well, that's where you get it. For me, that's always an acknowledgement of painkillers, or it could be a cancer as well. And I'm also being drawn to the throat here. So when I get throat, sometimes it's about communication, not being able to say things. For this, I really feel like it's related as well to the stomach. Okay. So I just want to acknowledge that. If you could let me know. When I'm connecting with him as well, he strikes me as being a really, what's the best way? Can I get you to present a little bit stronger for me here? Just come through here. Thank you. So he's got glasses. He's got like bigger glasses, like kind of like big old man glasses, which he's probably going to get annoyed at me that I said that. He does strike to me as being gentle, but a really great sense of humor. I feel like he had a really powerful laugh. You know, kind of the kind of person when he walks into a room and he's laughing, everybody knows that he's arrived, but there's a sweetness and a gentleness about him as well. This is really heavy striking me. The tummy is really showing up for me again. So I'd be curious to know whether or not that resonates with you. Can I just get you to stand behind Tammy so I can see? I would want to put him on the father's side of the family. Okay, so it could be a father, but for me, it really felt more like a grandfather. When I was connecting with him, I really did feel that right away. So yeah, I also, can you just get you to come through? Yeah, I do want to talk about like 1 or 2 dogs as well in spirit, small dogs. I feel like sort of connected to him though, kind of like, what's the kind of hair, like a terrier kind of a hair. They shed a lot. I do want to talk about 1 or 2 dogs. It's really hard for me to tell because I think that they look similar. And I do want to talk about their coloring being like grayish white. So if you could let me know whether or not that resonates with you. Okay, so let me see what else we've got for you here, Tammy. So for you in the past, but affecting you now, we've got the quieting the mind card. And this is really a lot about you taking a little bit of time out to just be. One of the things that I really realize about myself is that when I don't take the time to do my maintenance, AKA yoga and meditation, then I can just get crazy talk in the head, and it's really a lot. So one of the things that we really need to do is we need to look at the ways that we can quiet our mind. We need to find ways and strategies that are going to work for us in particular. So for me, it's about yoga, meditation. It's about going and doing walking, gardening, things like that. So I'd really like you to think about what it is that's going to work for you. Coming back to your breath is always good. Doing some stretching is always good, that sort of thing. one of the things that they're talking about in the present moment at right now, affecting you now, is the Waking the Lion card. This is so powerful. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? And the Waking the Lion card is number 19. 1 + 9 is 10. And 1 + 0 is 1. And 1 is all about new beginnings, new start, but it's also about leadership. When I'm seeing lion in relation to a 1, it's all about leadership. So I feel like it's about you sort of standing up, maybe being the leader in your family. Maybe it's also about being the leader at work. So I really feel that there's an opportunity for you coming about right now for you to stand up and take on a leadership responsibility. They are talking about, or the card is saying waking the lion. So I kind of feel like it's a lot about you roaring and saying your truth and coming and being empowered to say the things that you need to say. In the future, we've got the storyteller card. And this storyteller card is so beautiful, isn't it? It's also really powerful because it's blank. And the thing is that we are writing our story all the time. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in the past that we forget that we're actually responsible right now for writing our future. All of our decisions have led us to this moment right here and right now. And so they're really wanting to remind you that the future is still to be written by you. What is it that you would like? This is also card number 17, and 1 + 7 is an 8, and 8 is about what you put out, you get back. It's also about abundance. For me, it's also a good reminder that what we put out comes around. What goes around comes around, right? You might listen to that Justin Timberlake song if you remember it. So it's really about remembering that, you know, you're sort of planting the seeds now, and then you're going to reap what you sow. So it's about making sure that you're acting as though you want to move forward. I'm just going to see if you've got any comments about, no, I don't think you do. Well, that's okay. All right, sir, I want to thank you very much for being here. Tammy, I really hope that that helped you today and that you got a little bit of guidance. And yeah, thank you so much. All right, thank you. Okay, let's see who's next. Got 29 people watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for also supporting me and following me on all my handles, social handles, and also please subscribe to the Afterlight podcast. If I've given you any value, I would really appreciate it if you do check out that podcast. I'm really wanting to promote that far and wide, and I really need your help. So thank you for that. Okay, let's see who we've got now. Okay. Rosemary Green. Hey, Rosemary Green, can I get a card reading, please? My partner's pop passed away on Sunday morning. Okay, Rosemary, I'm sorry for your loss. Let's see what we got here. Do you want to talk about a dog in spirit? I know, no offense to your post there. I just tell you what I get right away. So I do want to talk, it's like I want to talk about some kind of a collie. I feel like this dog has long hair, medium build, but it's definitely like a dog with like really soft, really fur. I really want to talk about like a collie kind of. Now, I will say that I'm not an expert on dog breeds. So sometimes when they come through, people are like, it wasn't that, it was this. It's like, okay. So really what it is, it's coming through to me as a bigger or medium-sized dog with longer hair. And the coloring is sort of like white, gray, brown. Okay. So let's just keep going here and see what we get. I'm also feeling for you like quite a lot of stuff going on in the lungs. So I don't know whether or not you're sick at the moment, you're having a hard time breathing, but I'm feeling like a lot of stuff going on in the lungs. Now, the thing too with the lungs is that it's very often about grief. And I know you just lost someone or someone's just shapeshifted to spirit. So it could be that you're feeling a lot of that grief as well at the moment. I just want to acknowledge that. If you are having a difficulty breathing, maybe bringing in a little bit of peppermint. You could put a couple drops of peppermint in some boiling water and like breathe it in. That might be really lovely for you. You could also bring in a little bit of lavender. Lavender is also really good to help you heal. It's really good for emotions as well. I personally use lavender all the time. I just keep it here. I constantly wear it and I have it on everything. On everything. I mean, like I put it on my neck. I put it on cuts. I smell it. Yeah. So lavender is really powerful as well to really help a lot with emotions. A lot of calming energy there in that lavender. Okay, Rosemary. Okay. All right. And Tammy, I just saw your comment. I'll have a read of that after I finish reading for Rosemary. Thank you for that. Okay, Rosemary, thank you very much. So you had a colleague named Zach. Thank you. Zach's here. I love that. I love when the animals come through. Sometimes it's like the animals coming through is just a beautiful and easy way of giving us a sign that they're with us still, that, you know, when we pass away, that we just transform, we just transition into something different, you know, kind of out of our, I know people talk about humans sometimes as skin suits. I don't really like that. Sounds kind of unnerving to me, but you know, that we really just shapeshift back into the soul. So it's just so beautiful when animals come through and just remind us. I get that. Thank you. So Zach is talking about how you may feel on your on the right hand side near your kind of like ankle leg area. You may sometimes feel a bit of a gentle push or some heat, and that's just a reminder that he's there with you. So I'd like to know whether or not you've ever noticed that, but I want you to start looking out for that as well. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to take a couple of cards for you now, Rosemary, and there's quite a few people on, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. Try to serve as many people as I can. Oh, beautiful. Girl. Okay, so in the past and then moving into the future, we've got the feeling the world card. And this is card number 13, and 1 + 3 is a 4, and 4 is all about goal setting. It's all about laying the foundation for what we want to achieve. But 4 is also a lot about stability, right? You know, we've got 4 legs on a table. We've got 4 legs on a chair. So it's a lot about that stability. So this is a really big reminder to you that, you know, it's about making sure that your home is a place where you feel stable. It's about making sure that you have a place where you can come and you can feel grounded and then rejuvenate and kind of almost reset yourself, right? One of the things that they're talking about is maybe doing a little bit of decluttering, really making sure that your home is really going to take you into the person that you want to be. Now, with this card as well, this card is talking about in the world, feeling the world. So it's really a lot about, I feel that because it's the past representing or affecting you now, it's a lot about you sort of understanding how we're really closely connected. I kind of want to talk about the butterfly effect here. I want to talk about how you're kind of aware that when something happens, you can see that there's like a connection to something else happening. I feel like you're quite in tune and you're noticing the different signs and the synchronicities. I also think that you know that when you cast or you put an intention out there, that you can see it really unfold into something else. I feel like you're very powerful, and it's really about you remembering to be intentional, because sometimes we forget to be intentional. We just go through the motions and we're like, oh, here's another day. And we forget that we need to sort of set the scene for what it is that we're looking for. Now, when we're talking about the present moment, we've got our butterflies here. So butterflies are always about spirit for me, but they're also about shape-shifting and transformation. And it's funny because earlier I was talking about the butterfly effect, right? So this is really about you understanding the closest and the connection. And it's funny because in this card here, we've got a cage that's showing up, but we've got the butterfly really emerging from the cage. So this is really kind of like, I get that, thank you. It's like they're talking about how you're kind of coming out and you're sort of looking around and you're seeing this world in another way. You're like, oh, damn, what? This is happening, you know, kind of like you've been transformed. You're coming out of this illusion and you're like, oh, wow, I can see all this stuff. I'm remembering. That's right. I'm starting to remember who it is that I am. Okay, now in the future card, we've got the Royal You card, and this is just so beautiful. Look at that. Because of all the purple as well and the gold, purple and gold are really high frequency colors. When we see purple, it's really all about crown chakra. It's all about connection to spirit. When we also see the remnants of gold, any color of gold, it's a super high value, high frequency color, okay, an element. So this is really a lot about you stepping into the royal you, as in you stepping on your purpose, you really connecting with who you are. I feel like you're in a very cool stage right now of transformation. So just want you to really remember to be taking the time that you need to kind of set yourself up for the future that you want. I want you to start to look around you and go, do these glasses Is this who I want to be? Is this pen still good? You know, that's just stuff I have on my desk, of course. But I want you to start to look around and say, does this take me into my future or not? Because when we are surrounded by things that do not take us into our future, what happens? We get cluttered by them. We get dragged down. The energy sort of takes us a little bit lower when we're trying to raise the energy here, people. We're trying to raise it. We're trying to be high frequency, high vibe. Okay, so I hope that was help. Spot on about the butterfly effect. Cool. And you've been slowly decluttering your house. I love that. And you felt something on your leg a couple nights ago. Wonderful. Rosemary, thank you so much for all that confirmation and validation. That is so fantastic. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much to Zach for being here as well. Okay, thank you. And I've got a message from Tammy. Thank you so much. She said, not sure would be my great-grandfather. I never got to meet him, but I lost my dad. 2 dogs who have passed, me, my dog Cutter and Bunny, but they're brindle in color. I'm not sure what brindle means. So maybe, thank you so much. I'm taking a position at my children's school in the tuck shop. Also health-wise, I'm helping myself through natural ways, and I'd love to help other women. I need rest and more me time. Yeah, just keep doing one step at a time. It's perfect. You're doing everything perfect. I love that. All right. And yeah, if you want to ever let me know, just send me a DM and let me know about the great-grandfather. That's so wonderful, but definitely the acknowledgement of the 2 dogs. And sometimes the great-grandfathers come in and they bring in the grandfathers and the other people. And yeah, it's so wonderful. Thank you, Tammy, for taking the time to write that. Okay. So what I'd love to do is I'd love to do a 3-card reading for everybody watching. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to choose card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. And while you think of your question, please leave me a comment. Let me know, are you number 1, number 2, number 3? And I'm going to use my new human spirit deck, which I'm absolutely madly in love with. And all right, 1, 2, or 3. As you know, I always endeavor to serve as many people as I can, but this is always the way that I aim to do it. So are you a 1? Are you a 2? Are you a 3? Please think of your question and just remember that there will be a little bit of guidance for you in this. So sometimes it could be easy as like a phrase, or maybe a song will pop in or something like that. So let's see what we've got here. I see lots of 2s, lots of 2s, lots of 3s. I love that. No 1s though. I don't see a lot of 1s just yet. So that's interesting. Okay. Let's see what we go here. The cards are like, girl, I need to be shuffled one more time. Okay. All right, let me see. So this is from the deck, the Human Spirit Oracle. I'm not an affiliate or anything. I just like sharing stuff when it's good. And believe me, this is good. It's such a beautiful investment. Look at those cards. The cards stuck on these, super high value. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, my people number 1, here we go. People number 1, this is pull yourself together. Look at that magnificent card. And this is card number 41, and 4 plus 1 is a 5, and 5 is all about the number of change, okay? I feel like this is about the time to pull up your boots. That's what they're saying. They're like, tie up your shoelaces, pull up your boots, here we go. It's like preparing, get ready, start organizing your things, start to make sure that, you know, you're making decisions that take you where you want to go. It's about responsibility of your life. It's about taking that responsibility. It's about stepping into the shoes of your future self. It's about, you know, not playing small anymore. It's about you remembering the beautiful, powerful person that you are and stepping in and emerging into that power. Okay. This is about you taking responsibility to pull yourself up. Now, remember, our spirit guides and angels are always here. They're wanting to guide us. They're wanting to support us and help us. We have to ask them for guidance. We have to say, hey, please help me. Archangel Michael, protect me. You know, Archangel Ariel, help me with my animal. Hey, Gabriel, please help me communicate. You know, source energy, my guides, whatever you want to do, God, however you connect, it's about putting that intention out there and saying, can you please support me? But this is a lot about you pulling yourself together in terms of you getting ready and you taking the responsibility to put the things into action. I've talked about it before, but there's this story about, you know, this man, or woman, let's just say this person who really wants to win the lottery. And every day they're like, please God, help me win the lottery. Please God. Every single day, on and on and on and on for over a year. And they're not winning and they keep praying to God. And then all of a sudden they hear this booming voice. Will you just buy a ticket? And so the thing is that when we're looking at pulling ourselves together, it's about taking responsibility and putting some actions into place. Now, I'm all about going with the flow, setting an intention, allow the universe to guide you. But sometimes we also have to put in the work as well, right? We actually have to go ahead and buy the lottery ticket, for example. Okay, my people, number 2, here we go. Number 2, this is Not My Circus and Not My Monkeys. And this is card number 15, and 1 + 5 is a 6. And 6 is all about love. It's all about family, and it's all about coming around the corner as well and seeing things clearly. That's how I interpret a 6 anyway. So 6 for me is a lot about intuition. It's a lot about you going within. When I look at this as well, I feel like for you, it may be a lot about family, and it's about drama. Okay. And when I'm getting this card for you today, it's a lot about you getting out of other people's drama, right? It's sort of like, you know how sometimes people have these things happen in their lives and they really want to pull us along with them. Like, oh, girl, I got to tell you about blah, blah, blah. And you're like, damn, sister, tell me everything. And then all of a sudden you're on this low vibe with this person. You're like getting in about he said, she said, I can't believe that happened. No. That's not what you want to do. You want to remain high. You want to like almost stay in your own lane. Allow people to work out their own stuff separate from you. What happens when we get caught up in drama is that it actually lowers our vibration. It takes us away from the present moment. We actually lose our power because we're caught up in other people's stuff that have nothing to do with us. Our egos want to get involved. We're defending our mental positions. And all of a sudden we're like, what just happened? I just lost a whole month of my life. You know, that's a bit dramatic, speaking of drama, but it's really about understanding that, you know, the things that are not your responsibility, you don't need to concern yourself with them. Okay, so I want you to start to notice, hey, you know, is someone at the water cooler talking about something? Because we all have that kind of desire to be like, I don't really want to know, but I'm just going to listen here just for a second. I'm not going to partake though. That's the saying, just stay in your lane for a while. See whether or not you can stay in your lane and just focus on the things that you need to focus on. Listen to the messages your guides are giving you. And I think, okay, they're also talking about like maybe just kind of going within a little bit. Going within, doing some internal thinking, doing some journaling. I'm listening to a really cool masterclass at the moment, and it's with Sarah Blakely. She is the founder of Spanx. And one of the things that she was talking about identifying where she does her best thinking time. And for her, it's the car. So she actually endeavors to make time every day to go out for a drive, to just think and ponder things through. So maybe that's something that you could consider as well. Okay, my people, number 3, here we go. Okay, number 3. I've got some people on Instagram and also on Facebook. That's why I keep going up and down. You're like, girl, do you even know what's happening? Yes, I do. Okay, so this is Hit Your Target, and this is card number 13, and 1 + 3 is a 4, and 4 is about stability, but it's also about goal setting. When I see a 4, it's about eye on the prize, putting the plan in place, right? So let's say you know where you want to go. Okay, well, how are you going to get there? What are the steps that you're going to take to get and achieve that? So for number 3, it's talking about hitting your target. The thing that sometimes happens is that people actually want something, but they don't know what they want. They're like, I don't actually know what I want. So how can you know when you get it, right? So give yourself an opportunity to dream a little bit. Give yourself an opportunity to ask yourself questions like, what is it that I desire in my life? What do I desire from a career? What do I desire from friends, from a partner, in a relationship, for myself? What does self-care look like for me? Take a little bit of time to think about that. And then when you know and you're clear on where you want to be, who you want to be, and where you want to go, then what's going to happen is you're going to start to be in alignment with things or not. And you're going to know you're in alignment when you feel joy, when you feel excited, when you feel peaceful, when you feel things flow, you know, like, oh, wow, I didn't have to work very hard and it came to fruition. That's when you know that you're in flow. Now, we do have free will here. It's important to remember that when you put your eye on something and you want to work towards something, sometimes it's not necessarily in alignment with our spirit. It doesn't mean we're not going to get it, but it does mean that maybe you need to kind of check in and see whether or not there are subtle things that are kind of pointing you into another direction. Sometimes what we actually want, what we really want, what's for our highest good, is behind the thing we think we want. And that's really an interesting conversation. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm seeing so many cool comments here. Tylee, you said, thank you for the #1 reading. And I did just put a lotto ticket on before I came to your reading. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Go get them, Tylee. And I love that. And Christine is saying, all the things I forget to do. I never ask myself these things because I always put others before me. You're definitely not alone. There's a lot of people who do that. And it's just remembering to give yourself some grace and then to come back and go, okay, well, what is it that I actually do want? Rosemary's connecting with card #3. Lots of people connecting with card #3. Phyllis is connecting with card #2, had to distance herself from family and friends. Yeah, it's important. It's important to just kind of give yourself a bit of an opportunity to kind of reset. You know, I feel like I got my dog 2 years ago, George, he's the best. And I really got off my yoga habit. I used to do yoga all the time for 8 years, right? Got George, forgot how to make it work with him. And I'm back on it now. Last week, I was like, enough. I mean, I've been doing yoga on and off for 2 years, but it wasn't a consistent practice, which I really need to feel good in my mental health, like peaceful, you know, it grounds me, it centers me to my body. So I want you to start to just give yourself permission to go, okay, I've been a bit off my game. I'm just going to get back on and I'm going to do something that feels good for me now. And this is what it looks like. And the more that you can do that just a little bit here and there, it's going to get a little bit easier. Okay. Lots of people connecting. Thank you so much for all the awesome comments and feedback. I really appreciate that. Okay. So I think I'm having some internet stuff going on here, so hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm just double checking now. All right. And Beck, I'll do a card for you. Beck G. And let's see what we got for you. As soon as I was connecting with your energy, I really felt a lot of stuff going on in my throat. So I'm wondering whether or not there's a communication thing going on for you. I also kind of feel like maybe I have a cold coming on. I want to itch my nose. I'm feeling like a little bit down, a little bit sick sort of. So I don't know whether or not you're kind of under the weather at the moment. I know the weather is changing in a lot of different areas. So it'd be really, thanks, Christina. So it'd be really cool if you could, you know, maybe take care of your immune system. Really cool. I don't know if I said really cool. It'd be really cool when everyone takes care of their immune system. So there's lots of different things that you can do, lots of different essential things you can do. I know frankincense is really good. I like oregano oil myself, not a doctor, not giving any medical advice or anything. Okay, Beck, let's see. Oh, you're all good. You have allergies. Okay, that makes sense why I'm connecting with that. Okay. All good. So let's pull a couple cards for you. Okay, what do we got here? Interesting. We have one of the cards that we just had coming up again. So this is in the past. This is the not my circus, not my monkeys card affecting you from the past. So when we're looking at this card in terms of the past, I feel like drama, things going on around you, it could still be affecting you now. It's kind of like the remnants of that. So I really want to encourage you to remember not to get in the way of things that aren't your business. Don't allow these things to bother you. Okay, don't allow other people's conversations and their issues to like get in your way, because it's really stopping you from doing the things that you need to do. So have a look into that, or have a think about whether or not that resonates with you rather. Okay, in the present position, we've got the Face of Music card. This is card number 28, and 2 + 8 is a 10. 1 + 0 is all about new beginnings, but it's also about new leadership. It's also about leadership. So new beginnings, new starts, leadership. Can I just get the allergies cleared, please, guys? Thank you. So this is about facing the music. So this is a lot about you facing sort of the decisions that you've been making up until now. And it's kind of like taking responsibility for the actions that you've taken and the reactions or the fallout that's sort of happening now. I'm not saying it's like negative. I'm just saying that, everything that we've done up to this point has led us to where we are now, right? Because we're co-creating with the universe all the time. So this is about you facing the music. This is about you really being aware of, okay, I can see now how the decisions that I make have taken me to here. If I'm happy, keep going in that direction. If you're not happy, remember to come back and find your power. Remember, wait a minute, I can change this. I can shift this. We restart. I like to think about it in terms of how we restart all the time. Every single moment. You can go have a nap, wake up, brand new you, brand new day, new start, new life. Here we go. But the end of the day and then waking up in the morning is always a really cool way to get started as well. To like come back and go, okay, it's the morning. I'm going to restart now. I'm going to start this day, afresh. So just remember, if you're not happy with the way things are going right now, you can change. You can change. You can decide, hey, I'm going to start doing yoga. I'm going to start going for walks. I'm going to stop eating things that don't make me feel good. I'm going to start standing up for myself. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to start looking for a job because I don't like the one I'm in. I'm going to move house because I don't like the city I'm in, right? Just remember, we can change our life at any time. Okay. Now, in the future, we've got the Wallflower card. This is card number 22. And 222 is a master number. So this is like a number that's got a lot of emphasis on it. When I see twos, it's all about duality. It's all about yin and yang. This card, because it's a wallflower, it's a lot about blending in. It's a lot of observing. So I'm interested as to whether or not that makes sense for you. Oh, you were wondering about changing your job. Yeah. I mean, the thing is this, it's like, if you're happy in your job, great. If you desire more, can you grow in your job? Can you take on more responsibilities? Are there new ways for you to expand your role? Sometimes we're in a job that's actually fantastic for us. We just need to let people know, the powers that be, that we actually would like to grow with the company. We've got new ideas. We really want to push, maybe ourselves and see whether or not we can try new things, learn new skills, that kind of stuff. So just have a think about who it is you want to be. I keep talking about that, but it's true. Who do you want to be? What are your interests? What are your passions? Does this line up? Do you enjoy going to work today? You can start to look around for other things. I don't think it would hurt, right? Just make sure that you feel good when you make a decision. Now, with the Wallflower card for you, this is a lot about you being quiet and taking space to just kind of be and looking around. So I feel like for you, this is maybe a lot about taking a bit of space to kind of look at how things are before you make a decision. So if this is a career thing, it could be about kind of like secretly, or not secretly, but maybe gently, quietly looking around and seeing how things are before you make a decision. So for me, I don't make a decision until I feel good about something. Okay. If I don't feel good, it means I need more information. I need to pivot. I need to sleep on it, or it's just a no. It's just a total no, because sometimes we just know the answer to things and we want to justify it when really we just know intuitively what the thing is. And so that's really important for you. So I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity and a little bit of guidance. And your passion is to win the lottery. Yeah, pretty sure that's a lot of passions of many people. Good luck with that. There's always got to be a winner, right? Okay, I am going to be wrapping up today, you guys. Thank you so much for being with me today. Thank you so much for all your support. Please, again, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the Afterlight podcast. New episodes every Thursday. You can find them wherever you find your platform or wherever you listen to your podcast. I would really appreciate that. Any reviews, and if you could share it with friends as well, that would be fantastic. I will be back here next week, and I want to thank you so much to all the loved ones who came through, all the animals, and yourself for just being such a beautiful community, and I'm really thankful. So thank you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. This episode has been brought to you by me and my business, Lauren Grace Inspirations. I am a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and past over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com.